I just woke up. It was at around 10:30 p.m. My mom was there. She was crying. My dad was there. My brother was there. They were so worried. They were wondering, is she going to wake up really? A few moments later, I woke up. I realized, alas, I'm not at home. I'm on the hospital bed. It was scary. What just happened? A few minutes ago, I was with my parents. We were having so much fun. We were talking about the normal things that are happening in the country. The BBI, the Tanga Tanga movement. It's all about the family talks that you have each day. And when I was just there, my mom told me, Grace, the machines were beeping and the oxygen levels were just going low, 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 and low. I could not understand. I thought these were my last moments with you. It was so heartbreaking. But now that I can see you and you're awake, I'm very happy. That is the uncertainty that comes with a transition. My name is Grace Munyiri, and that will be my talk for today. Any transition, it comes with so much uncertainty. You don't know what's going to happen next. I remember 2 years ago, a time like this, I was very happy. I was going to celebrate my graduation, after 4 years in campus. Not even 4, I think it was 4.5 because, the University of Nairobi, the strikes, they happen every time. You go to do your first exam, there's a strike, you go home. And your parents will never understand. They'll always say, na nyinyi, kwani mtashinda mkiwa na strikes? Utamaliza shule lini? That's to mean, will you ever be striking? When will you finish your school? So sitting there and the VC addressing us, we're all very happy because we're going to embark on this journey in the corporate world. But as I sat there, it was so crazy because I had not secured a job. I didn't know where I'm going to. And that is the fear of every person who is going to graduate. But even in that transition, you shouldn't be as certain that things won't look up for you. Because even at that moment, something somewhere is going to happen and you will come out victorious. So as the VC continued addressing us, and then we were told, class of 2019, our class group was IO7, actuarial class, you may now stand, and then we stood up, and then we're given the power to read. We were so happy, we threw our cups up, and we're all celebrating. And then we sat down, and then we went home. What do you do next? That Monday morning came. What am I supposed to do? Yes, being the girl, in an African home, there are dishes to wash, there's the house to clean, and there are clothes to wash. But will that be my everyday job? No. I need to also continue with my career. So I started applying for jobs, and sometimes you apply, and you wonder, are you sending to the wrong companies, or have you indicated the wrong email address? Because you never get replies, and even the few that you get, there are regrets. You will question yourself. You will feel that you're not up to the task. You will feel that the skills you learned in campus, they're not adequate for the job market, but give it time. My story was successful. After a few weeks of waiting and getting regrets, and some not even answering, I got the call. Hi, Grace, please come to our office. You have an interview at 9:30 a.m. That was on a Friday, and I had to prepare. I was not even around. I had gone to visit my sister in Mombasa, so I had to travel. And the interview was successful, and by God's grace, I was able to get the job. And at any point in life, before something good that is coming your way, there is a point you're very uncertain. And if you feel you're very uncertain, just know good things are coming. The one who discovered electricity, Thomas Edison, he failed 1,000 times. How can you explain that to anyone? 1,000. Try counting 1 to 1,000. How long will it take you? It's not 30 seconds. Probably, if you're fast enough, maybe 2 minutes, 5 minutes. And these are trials, 1,000 times of trying something and it failing. But you shouldn't you shouldn't feel sad at that point, or you shouldn't be discouraged, because behind every failure, there's a success to come. When a child is going to kindergarten, there's so much uncertainty. They're used to staying with the mommy at home or the nanny. They're going to school to meet new people, new teachers. They have to make new friends. And it's tough. The first day of school, I can attest to you, I cried. I told my parents, no, don't leave me here. I don't know anyone. And I was crying. But every parent knows you have to go through the motions of life. And the motions of life is being uncertain. And even in that motion, you need to understand that you have to undergo that so that good things can come. So imagine if your parents decided that, well, because you've cried too much, you won't go to school, you'll just stay at home. Will you get an education? No. And as Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to transform the world. So imagine you're at home, you don't have this weapon to transform the world. And it's not really right for even a parent to let you stay in the house. So even in that transition, good things are coming, because you'll go to school, you'll learn social skills, you'll know how to interact with big people, small people, you'll know how to play kalongo, you'll know how to bake using sand and water, and you'll make those dolls out of clay. Because as a child, you need to get these creative skills to learn. My story goes on. One time, when I was at home, just after I finished my KCPE, in Kenya, if you really didn't get to the 400 score, getting a school is really hard. I was among the last people to join high school. And during that period, I was in a moment of despair. I felt that maybe I shouldn't go to high school after all. I mean, even we usually told that Mark Zuckerberg, they dropped out of school. Okay, not high school really, but those are the thoughts I had at that moment. I stayed for a while without joining school, but when I joined, I decided I have to catch up. And that is what a transition needs. You're uncertain. You might lose some moments there. You might lose some minutes there, but you need to catch up. You shouldn't let any kind of uncertainty to put you down and tell you that you can't. There's this lady in the US. I just read her story from Gold Coast. And she's called Baba Dishana. I hope the name is right. And she tried to contest for the Miss USA 6 times. Not even Miss USA, for her province, for her state, yeah. The first time she tried 6 times and she failed all the 6 times. First trial, second trial, third, fourth, fifth, and 6th. She failed all of them. By the time she was getting to the 6th point, she gave up. She decided that, you know what? It's not a must I do it. I can as well continue, because she was working at a retail shop. She could just continue doing what she was doing. She didn't have to go through the motions of failing each and every time, getting down, getting to the valleys, and all you can reach out for is the thread of hope. But she decided, I am going to give my 7th time the best that I can. And you know what? She won. She became the Miss of her state. Eventually, the next contest, it was for the Miss USA, and she won. And this was the take-home advice that she gave everyone that she met. Do not be afraid of failure, but be terrified of regret. Regret is when you think back and you wonder, maybe I could have done it. Maybe I could have won. Maybe I could have failed. But even if you fail, you have learned. And in your learning, you will do better next time. So why should you let your uncertainty of that transition make you to feel down such that you cannot go forward? Because there's always a win. There's one thing I truly believe in, that failure has its own lesson. You will fail once, you will learn to do better. You'll fail the second time, you'll learn how to do it best. And you'll fail another time, and you'll learn how to do the better of that best. Because it's a learning process. Never let failure put you down. Because in that, if you decide failure to put you down, you will not succeed. The staircase of success, it's not always success. Anyone can tell you that, because you will fail once, you'll break your leg, you'll break your arm, you'll have a headache the other time, you will have a stomachache the other time. Every motion that it is there to push you will push you down, because our mental state is always trying to be comfortable. Because if you settle for failure, you're settling for comfortability. You decide to sit back. It's easier taking your remote and putting on a Netflix show. I just heard recently that Money Heist season 5 came out. It's easier for you to take that remote and watch Money Heist season 5. But it's hard for you to take that book by Michelle Obama, Becoming, and read it. It's very hard. It's very hard for you to take that book, Who Moved My Cheese, to understand how life is and how to get through the motions of change. It's very hard. Any point of transition that comes with greatness, it is very hard. It needs us to push ourselves out of our comfort zones. It's hard sometimes. You'll feel that, okay, I have sent 1,000 emails. Then I haven't gotten. Just recently, I saw a post on LinkedIn, and this person had tried to apply for scholarships for 25 times. For 25 times, they started applying in 2013, and right now, we're in 2021. Those are 8 years of constant failure. But eventually, they got even better than what they were looking forward to. You might be in your job, it's really toxic. You know your skill and you can get something which is better, but you decide to settle for it. Everyone will tell you, truth be told, Kenya hakuna jobs. That is to mean, Kenya, there are no jobs. Everyone will tell you that, and it's the truth. But will you believe it? What you allow your mind to conceive is what you achieve. If you sit back and think that there are no jobs, trust you me, the universe will not allow any job to come to you. Not even one. You see, even these jobs by the government, the one that you come and sweep, maybe you sweep the road and then you're paid for it, even that, you won't get it, because you have allowed thoughts that are in you to manifest the outcome, and the universe will respond to it. So do not allow yourself to be put down by failure. Because if you do that, if you don't allow it to be the motions of your transitions, it will be very hard. Step out, take a break. Even if you're at work, tell them you need a week to go and think about it. You will get very good ideas. And what seems to be very uncomfortable for us, it's what gets us to work to our level best. No one knew that Eliud Kipchoge, when he won the 159 race, no one knew. It was impossible for that race. It was humanly impossible. But what did he say? No human is limited. You are not limited. It might be that relationship. It's been toxic for so long. But you're wondering, probably I'm past 30. Probably I'm past 40. Who else will I get for this? Who else will be with me? Maybe I'm past 40 and, in my community, everyone is telling me that, you need to settle down. That is to mean, please, settle down, And it's not working out. What are you supposed to do, really? Will you stick there for your lifetime of unhappiness? No, you will not. Get out of it and start afresh. There is no time bound for anything. It might B, your business is not doing the best that it can, and everyone else is discouraging you, probably, you only need to change your customer service style. Or probably you just need to make sure that you attend all your meetings in time. Or you need to get better clients who will help you scale up. There are so many things that give you options. It's either or. But there is no point of putting yourself down. It is often said that change brings fear, but fear shouldn't bring the change in you. That is, for that cause that you're pursuing, the change brings you a lot of fear, but inside you, don't allow the change in you to happen. For that purposeful thing that you have, if your purpose is to buy that car, or to open that business, or probably you are 45 and you want to start your degree, do it. Everyone else will discourage you. But even if you don't do it this time, if you start your degree right now, in 4 years' time, you'll be 49. You'll have done your degree. If you don't do your degree right now, in 4 years' time, you'll be 49 with no degree. Which one is better? Think about it. My name is Grace Munyiri. Thank you for listening to me today.